George Cook at African American Reports. Earlier this month, I did a video about the New Jersey Black Clergy and a meeting they had with Jack Ciattarelli and how they weren't too impressed with it. Today, I'm blessed to have someone who was actually in the room during that meeting. So I'm going to let our Minister Archange Antoine take it away and let us know his opinions of what happened in that room that day. All right, sir, the floor is yours.
All right.
Yeah.
Again, thank you, Brother Cook, for just this opportunity to kind of talk. Yeah, I was invited to this conversation by Reverend Charles Boyer with Black clergy leaders, with both Sher- Mikey Sherill and Jack Ciavarelli. And so, to kind of start off, I mean, Jack was, as I said, I don't know if you got a chance to read the article, but
Oh,
Jack
yeah.
is really good at working the crowd. He is really good at the interpersonal work, making sure that people feel heard, they feel appreciated, his hand gestures, his motions. He talked a lot about who he was as a data person and as a numbers guy. And he presented himself as sort of like this down to earth, pragmatic individual who just wants to love and to focus on New Jersey. I have to give credit where it's due. The brother is good. Um, but at the same time, uh, you're in a meeting with black clergy leaders who are representing both our congregations, our faith communities, and the larger black community. And I felt that he was using really broad strokes to talk about how he supports all people and how he wouldn't let anything happen to us. He's a decent person who's not going to allow certain concerns that we had to happen. But I think he just didn't speak to what we're all seeing around the nation, which is President Trump and all of his department heads and the political apparatus that the Republican Party who are targeting specifically black people in this country by removing our history from textbooks, from educational systems, and throughout the government, removing our leaders and their awards and their recognition from the military, from all over. He's been attacking some of the black museums, saying that they're too woke and putting this pressure onto them. And as far as basically being responsible for almost a half a million black women and hundreds of thousands of black men who have lost their jobs, both in government and in corporate jobs, as a result of Trump putting this pressure of quote unquote DEI. And my point is saying Jack did acted like none of that was existing, like none of that was happening. He didn't speak to it. He didn't acknowledge it. He didn't say what he would do. There was a question that pressed him about what would happen when this comes to New Jersey, and kind of not on my watch. And it's like, that's actually not true, Jack. You are obviously part of the Republican Party. You see what they're doing. And he kept on just saying law and order. He's a law and order guy. And for me, I'm like, law and order sounds good, but those of us in the black community, we know that law
Exactly.
and order has been used to demonize, to target, to incarcerate, and is currently working both with black immigrants and with black people who are being targeted right now under this administration, especially in these areas where they're being militarized with both National Guard and the Fed. So for me, that was I don't know if he knew what he was saying. I'm not what are you saying. I don't know if he knew that we were listening, but you don't speak to those issues. But again, um, now on Mikey's part, uh, she affirmed the black community with defending against Trump's attacks, black women, black maternity health issues, issues with black businesses, um, and um, and she basically said she will be there every step of the way. And if you read my article, I think that was good. I want Mikey to go further. Uh, when you look at hate crimes in America, black people are number one people targeted in hate crimes. When you look at this attorney general's office, um, you see that she's made a commitment to no longer appoint this attorney general, but she's made a promise to the police unions that she would let them have a say in the process. I think that's problematic when we need an attorney general who's going to stand with us, especially since we've been having an increase of police killings in America. The state troopers, again, have been coming out with their racist tactics, their anti black tactics, refusing to promote, discriminating against black officers. And we know how this goes. Our state police has
Yeah.
been doing this for a very long time. And make a long story short, she needs to go further. She needs to stand boldly, and especially if she's going to pull out voters who haven't voted in a very long time.
I appreciate your fair and honest answer there because you played it fair right down the middle. So, headed into this election, how do you think this is going to go for black voters? I mean, we're going to decide who the winner is, but do you think we benefit no matter who wins?
This is going to be very this is going to be a very hard election, and the reason why in my article I spoke about inspiration is because we come out of a tradition where inspiration, motivation, charisma, people who speak from the heart, speak people who speak to the soul matters. And right now, we Mikey and her lieutenant governor pick uh, doesn't do that. They're not inspirational. They don't speak to the soul. And I don't know for whatever reason. I think on interpersonal level, on a one on one, maybe you might get it. But I think because this campaign is playing it so safe. But I think that we're in a situation because we have people in our community who are disenchanted with our political system, period. They feel like it's not working for them, and it hasn't been working for them, both the Republicans and the Democrats. Then you have people in our political party who want to see the Democratic Party go further, right? We want more bold ideas, more specifics on how do you address some of the equity issues, some of the racist issues, and more importantly, more opportunities, economic opportunities for some of our community members. And then you have those who are going to vote the Democratic no matter what. I would say if the campaign does not support Black grassroots organizations to do turnout, they're going to lose. There's no
Force that
way
belief.
that you can win this election with having a bunch of white consultants advising you and not putting money on the ground so that people can pull out their bases from their local communities and their local regions. That's the only way people come out is because people told them to come out. And people are not going to just do it from the abundance of their heart. This is not a inspirational campaign. People are not feeling, oh my gosh, this is a game changer. And I continue telling the Democrats, the fear of Trump does not inspire people.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, many people on the ground feel the same way you do. Seems like they're taking the black vote for granted. Hate to put it that way, but that's how it seems. But like I said, I appreciate you coming on and letting us know what happened in the room and how you, as someone who's active in the community, active in New Jersey politics, feels about this. So I really appreciate you coming on. Any words you want to say in closing?
Yeah, I think people are we're gonna have to look at ourselves in the mirror, and we're going to have to ask ourselves, what are we going to do both in this election and post this election, whether or not um, a Democrat gets in office or not? No matter who gets into office, our community is going to have to practice a radical um, community. We're going to have to live community. We're going to have to be there for each other. We're going to have to check. We're going to have to get to know our neighbors. We're going to have to get to know each other. And we're going to have to figure out how we're going to be there for each other, because I don't see things getting better for us. I see it getting worse before it gets better. And we're really going to have to put aside our differences in order to get together and support each other. And more importantly, fight for each other, because we're going to be in a fight.
All right. Thank you, Minister Archange Antoine, for coming on. You have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.
All right. God bless you too, brother.